Hey, what's up guys? This is Fahrenheit, back again with another video. Today I wanted to talk about, well, what I've been doing lately, what I've been playing. Over the past week, you guys may know, Dragon Ball FighterZ dropped, and that, I made a video about it before, a while back, when it was around the time, not when it was first announced, but, you know, when information was still being trickled down about it, and needless to say, it's something I've been immensely anticipating. So it finally dropped. I was super excited to get it. I picked it up day one, got the ultimate edition or whatever. I got it on Steam. I've been playing that. I've been having a lot of fun with that. I haven't even done half of what you could do in the game. I've just been going around in training mode. I've just been in the lab, just learning the game, learning the mechanics, just through my own lens, just trying to just figure things out on my own. I went around and tried every character. I went in, now I'm starting to, I went and learned some of the universal mechanics, and now I'm trying to build my own team and see if I can get a team with good team synergy and put team-based combos together, trying to optimize, solo combos, and then trying to get some good team combos and get used to how the mechanics work together, how the flow of each match works, or at least how the combos work with a team, and I guess what I wanted to do here is just give my impressions on what I've done so far in the game, which hasn't been much. It's just a really raw impression on the game so far, and I think it's great. I'm a huge Arc System Works fan. I love BlazBlue. The Persona fighting games are awesome. Even though I didn't play the second Persona fighting game, I did buy it, but I didn't have a chance to play it. One of these days I will have to get around to that. And I haven't played the last BlazBlue, Essential Fiction. I haven't played that yet either. And I also haven't played Rev 2, but I do want to get around to that eventually. I will get to those, but I just haven't had the time. There's just so many games, so little time. But I've played so many other games, especially in the last, I would say the last 7-8 years. I've been, no, not even, more like the last 10 years. So I'm a big fan of theirs, and so I loved Guilty Gear Xrd style. I loved it. It as an illustrator and a character designer, that game's graphical style, it's so influential to me. I look at that, I'm like, it's so cool to look at, and not only just in stills, it looks awesome. In motion, it looks awesome. The character designs are awesome. I just like the style that the game has. I've always liked Guilty Gear, at least ever since I had the chance to play it, even though I got into Guilty Gear late. It's XR to me just makes the older Guilty Gears look juvenile by comparison, at least in terms of the character designs and the graphical style. But I loved that look. I thought it looked awesome, and I really enjoyed the game for the time that I played them, and I will have to get back into playing them some more. But taking that graphical style from Xrd and adapting that to Dragon Ball Z, man, it's a match made in heaven. It's just really, that's great. That is so good. That is so good. My mind was blown when I saw that. I was like, this is too perfect. And now that the game has dropped, now that Dragon Ball FighterZ is here, it's every bit as gorgeous as it looked like it would be when it was being revealed in trailers and everything. The game looks great. The presentation is spectacular. Spectacular, I tell you. It's one of those things where, and just playing it is just, I'm just having a fun time playing it. It's more fun than I've had with certain other games, fighting games in, recent memory. It's weird too, because honestly, I feel like the game is a little bit easier than I'd want it to be. I want it to have a bit more, not even necessarily have the difficulty of the execution be higher and everything, where it's more difficult to execute certain things, because I think easier execution is necessary nowadays, not only for the sake of making it easier for new players to come in, but also for the sake of online. When you have really, really tight, specific execution, one frame execution and all of that, when you go online, it's so hard to pull off moves that require such strict timing when your frame rate is running and the ping is dropping up and down or whatever while you're in an online match. So having more lenient execution, I think, is important in situations just because of that, just because of the online environment. And of course, because of for casuals, it's a lot easier for them to get in and just hit buttons and have cool stuff just happen, because in the case of Dragon Ball FighterZ, there's auto combos. I personally, when I started playing the game, I was like hitting buttons and then it was just auto combos just happening, and I was just kind of like, okay, let me go in the menu and let me see how to turn these auto combos off. And you can't. You can't actually manually like turn off the auto combos. And I personally, I'm not preferable to the whole game being designed around like having auto combos in each button is basically just another like automated combo instead of actual like light heavy or light medium heavy, in which it is. There still is a light medium heavy, and then the heavies kind of act as like EX moves. So they simplified a lot of things. Even though I'm not preferable to the built-in auto combos, it's still, when you get down to it, there's still depth to be had. You know, when you really start trying to optimize your combos, there's still room for depth, room for exploration and for creative. There's that creative freedom of trying to go in the lab, and of course by lab I mean training mode, and just trying to figure out like what works, what doesn't work, how densely packed can you make your combo, how optimized can you make it, you know. And then you start taking that and start combining that with team synergy and trying to figure out what characters complement your characters, your favorite character, and you know, like how can you get the best, most optimal combos and cross-ups and situations, you know, with what team. Because in this game, since the characters are rather simple and some of them pretty similar in certain ways, what it really comes down to is team synergy. It's like each character is just 1/3 of an entire character. Like your whole team is almost more like one character. Like if you were playing Guilty Gear or BlazBlue, that would be like if you picked like Soul Bad Guy or like Jack O, you know, like Labda 11, you know, or Ragna and BlazBlue. Those are like really densely packed characters. But in this, it's more like each character out of all three of them together is like one Guilty Gear character, kind of, sort of. But it's a crossover. It's, I mean, not a crossover. It's a 3v3 game though, right? So it's really cool because, you know, from a fan perspective, you get to pick your favorite team of characters, you know, and pit them against other characters, you know, other people's teams, you know. And speaking of that, you get to, you know, there's all kinds of cool like cinematic ways of finishing your opponent and all this stuff. A lot of you've already seen. A lot of cool Easter eggs and interactions, plentiful in the game. The lobbies are really cool. I really love how they took like they were inspired to take their Guilty Gear XR lobby with the little chibi icons, and the fishing mechanic where you get like items and like additional avatars and colors and stuff from fishing, and they basically took that and used that in Dragon Ball FighterZ, because they have like the online lobbies, and they have like, it's all these people running around, and you got your little chibi avatar, and it's really dope. They look like these little chibi like Ninroid inspired avatars. I really would love for them to like make a set of those. I would totally buy those if there was like a physical set of like chibi little Ninroid like Dragon Ball FighterZ lobby avatar figures. I totally buy those. They should totally make that. But I love that you can, when you're walking around, you hear the little footsteps and you go to the different areas of the map, and you can even like do instant transmission to go to different parts, and it's really neat looking the way they did it. It looks really cool. It's very charming. Honestly, I haven't done the story mode. I haven't played arcade mode. I haven't done any online battles yet. I haven't done any of these things yet, because I've been having so much fun just being in the lab, figuring out all the different characters, trying to figure out like what, like, you know, now I'm at the point where I'm trying to figure out what my team is going to be. So anyway, man, I've been enjoying the hell out of the game. It's one of the games I've been playing the most since it came out over the past week. And I'm just curious to see, like, if any of you other guys out there and gals playing this game, how are you feeling about it? You know, have you been thinking about picking it up? I mean, I think it's awesome game so far. I'm really enjoying it. There's my few gripes I have about it, you know, just in terms of the automated system, and I'm not preferable to that. And how some of the characters, there are a lot of similar elements with the characters, which I guess is a little bit difficult to get away from, because in Dragon Ball Z, there is a lot of characters who do a lot of the same kinds of things. So you're going to get a lot of Kamehameha waves. You're going to get a lot of Ki blasts. You're going to, you know, there's going to be a lot of similar elements. But Arc System Works does a pretty good job of making sure that the characters are different enough when it comes down to it, because you're not going to be able to do a lot of the same things with a lot of the same characters in various situations. Different characters are better in different situations. So they still have done a good job with that. So I've been enjoying it. What do you guys think about it? I just wanted to talk about it real quick. I'll probably talk more about it in the future as I finally start playing the other modes and doing more with the game, learning more about the game. But I've been enjoying the game a lot, guys. Let me know how you guys feel about the game in the comment section below, and I'll talk to you guys later. This is FighterZ signing out.